It's hard for me to tell you why. And isn't that the season right? My expectations up so high, I'm getting down. 'Cause you don't ever give me chills. This isn't me head over heels. And I said I could feel the fire now. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's a kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's a kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. I'm looking for cinema, and it might be naive, but I know what I want, and this is good enough. So give me some cinema. I want that late night, boom, accelerating slides. I'm looking for cinema, and if you don't agree, then I'm giving it some. I wanna laugh so hard it hurts, to feel it touch so hard it burns. And it isn't something you could learn, it's natural. And I might not feel that for you, but someday you'll find someone who sees you in a crowded room, sensational. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's a kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's a kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. I'm looking for cinema, and it might be naive, but I know what I want, and this is not enough. So give me some cinema. I want that late night, boom, accelerating slides. I'm looking for cinema, and if you don't agree, then I'm giving it some. Feel my arms holding on so tight just when you need it most. Feel the freedom of being careless, just being in love. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness, through the night, no fear anymore. No fear anymore. No fear anymore. Why the smile on your face? Don't fake it. You don't have to pretend. Why the fear in your eyes will make it. Just take a chance. The thing that haunts you, leave it behind you. The ones that love you, let them guide you. Everything will be alright. Through the darkness, through the night, no fear anymore. No fear No fear anymore. Came from a broken home. I've seen so many people go.
All right, hello. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to kick off the regular season for LVC Esports. Of course, the past couple of weeks we did have activation going on, but This is the true start to the regular season. Of course, Rocket League has not been placed in their division just yet, at least as of right now. They have not been placed in their division for NECC, but of course that'll come probably later in the week. They did say tonight or tomorrow, but I have a hard time believing that with all the stuff that's going on over there. That's a whole nother ordeal that they have going on there. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for NACE gameplay with Lebanon Valley taking on Siena Heights University. And first up, I do actually want to talk about Siena Heights, as I just don't have a lot to say about them, at least at the moment. This team, a very solid one. We have seen Lebanon Valley play them before, but this was back in spring of 2023, so it was when the roster was Frenchie, Faithful, and Magars, and that roster was the last time these two teams had played together or played against each other. And it was a pretty decent series, if I remember correctly. They played them twice in their NACE division, so they had a solid meeting there. And I'm pretty excited to get into this again. I do remember this team to an extent, and I was really excited to watch. Or I was really excited when I saw this matchup on the schedule, as it had been a semester since these two had played, and I do remember this being a good match. So I'm pretty excited to get this one going. And just to speak a little bit more on Siena Heights, they won their divisional final last semester 4-0. The team that they had beat was deleted on the NACE platform, so I didn't get to see who it was, but they did win 4-0 there, and they ended up getting third in the regular season. They went 4-3, but they still managed to win their division through the playoffs, where they ended up beating St. Clair Academy and Wichita State both 4-1, leading up to that final, and that's where they would end up taking their division. It was the East 1 division. Now, I do hear the game starting, so I have some stats written down here that I will get into as we get through the match, but I see that the lobby is ready, so the teams are, I would assume, ready as well. But what I want to open up with is Lebanon Valley. They need to keep the pressure on. That has been their bread and butter the past few weeks. They went 4-0 through activation for a reason, and it was because of that aggression. That is what will get them victories here. And now we are into the game, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Map game number 1, Series 1 of the Spring 24 season. And Kai already looking for the double. Almost gets it, doesn't though. Ends up being just a bit off. And I will actually go turn down the game volume in a second. I saw that pass from French. He looked incredible. But ultimately, it will not go. And actually, I don't need to turn the game sound down. I just need to turn it down on OBS. And also talk a bit louder and turn my mic up a little bit. Apologies for the me fiddling with the audio for a little bit here. But we'll hop back in with Spooky. Looking for an offensive possession there, but it'll be poked away. Bichette is at net, just goes for the demo. Frenchie will get the goal, and that is a very smart play there from Bichette to go for that demo. Last guy that was available to get that save. Simply not given a chance, gets demoed at the goal line. And Lebanon Valley going to start up 1-0 in this series, or in this game. Of course, they have a lot of the series ahead of them. That demo will get put onto Bichette. Anzo not going to get much off of that touch, but it looks like it was just enough to at least poke it away from LVC for a second there. But they do ultimately retain possession once more, going for 50s in the midfield. Samus, the one back, has the boost right there for him. Something I do want to continue to talk about, though, as the ball floats past the LVC net, is the demos. 73 total throughout activation. 36 of them came from Frenchie alone. We saw there ended up being the deciding factor in that goal, and that is something you want to continue to look out for. Only 27 demos have been taken, now 28 with that one that went on to Bichette at the start of the game. But LVC had only taken 27 up to this point, up to the start of this game, and Bichette had actually ended up taking over half of them. He had taken 16 total, now 17 and 28 total for the team. So the demos are really where a lot of the plays come through. And also the assists we saw, I believe there was an assist on that goal from Frenchie. The assists have been a big part of the LVC offense as well, with LVC averaging 4.7 goals a game, and 4 of those goals are assisted. So definitely something to look out for. Is one, again, flying towards the Lebanon Valley net. They've been pretty adamant on getting saves relatively quickly. There hasn't been much danger outside of that double opportunity from Kai at the start. Now Samus has an opportunity for his own, but Spooky going to read it. Frenchie not going to get to the ball in time. Spooky just has to go for a pinch with Anzo. Not a lot out of that play either. Just didn't seem like they had any boost. The demo comes in from Kai. But again, LVC just has so much room to work with. And did Frenchie get enough power? No. That was a good demo, though, from, I believe, Bichettes. Had an opportunity there to solidify another goal through a demo. Now it'll be Anzo. Once again, Kai, though, with the demos. Constantly a demo-heavy game for both sides, and that's what you need to see for either offense here. Just 2 minutes left on the clock, and LVC are holding a lead, but only one goal. Bichettes now getting a demo onto Anzo. Just demo city for both squads. Bichettes maybe looking to lead Frenchie there, but Frenchie does have to back off. Has Samus out to the right. Anzo going to intercept. Almost gets the redirect. But Spooky just going to have to poke that one downfield. And does actually get that one away from Frenchie. And now this one could be off the backboard. Is anyone home? No. Samus tries to get a clear out. Doesn't get there in time. Bichettes now downfield, just looking to be aggressive. Frenchie gonna get around Spooky, but can't get it around Kai. And now again come the Huskies. And we'll see what they're able to do here. LVC trying to get it clear. Frenchie sending that one down to, I believe that was Bichettes, and it looked very clean, but ultimately it won't mean a whole lot. Demo again there from Bichettes, though. Here comes Samus for the save. Shouldn't say save, that wasn't on target, but it was pretty close. And with just 60 seconds now on the clock, Lebanon Valley looking to close this one out, but they still only have that one goal lead. Certainly would like one, possibly two more if they could manage that in just 45 seconds. And we've seen them put on some great shows over the past couple of weeks, but Siena Heights might be a different beast here, as Anzo almost received that pass to perfection. Just ends up putting it a bit too short. And now with just 30 on the clock, LVC looking to get that passing game going. Bichettes just barely managed to get up in time for that touch. If he doesn't get a touch there, that is certainly an open net, as Kai dribbles around a couple. Bichettes again, though, playing that third man so well and so far. Always in a position to play defensively if he needs to. And now with just 5 seconds of one more opportunity for Siena Heights, and that is going to be sent away. Samus might even be able to put on a second, and he does just that. With 1 second left on the clock, Samus will get another goal for Lebanon Valley. Ultimately, it won't really mean much outside of the score sheet and what the stats end up averaging to later in the season, but still a solid win to go with, as they will take game number 1. Once the ball touches the ground here, maybe looking for another, but it'll be Lebanon Valley closing out game number 1 as the ball hits the ground there. Not a lot stat-wise to talk about except for one category, and that would be demos. 5 from Bichettes in that game, 3 from Frenchie. On the other side, you had Kai, who had 4 to himself. So a lot faster pacing play in this series is what I would imagine would be coming through the rest of it. And taking a look at some other stat categories there, 4 shots from Frenchie, 3 from Samus. I saw 4 saves from Bichettes as well, playing phenomenal there on the back end. Demo comes through, and now Bichettes trying to get to Frenchie downfield, but doesn't really have the boost, doesn't really have the power on the ball. Also, didn't really have the space either. But Samus just tossing all the Siena Heights players out of the way. Halts their attack. Gives his team some time to get on the defense. And now, I would assume, shot attempt off the pass to Anzo there, but he's not going to get much out of it. He's not going to get anything out of it, actually, as Frenchie now looking for the touch off the wall, gets it past Anzo. Has a really weird string of jumps there, but didn't have any boost, so he just had to try and make something happen. So now he'll toss it off the backboard, but Kai there to meet it. And Kai doing a good job of stabilizing the Siena Heights defense. I feel if it was a different player, if it wasn't Kai here, I feel it'd be a lot higher scoring for Lebanon Valley. Kai seemed to be that rock for the side of Siena Heights. He's really managed to hold things down defensively, and even offensively, he's getting a lot of passes downfield and trying to make a difference, but someone I didn't really see a lot of in that last game was Spooky. So maybe want to see him step up. I could be wrong. May have just missed him entirely. But as far as I could tell, he just didn't really do a whole lot, and that's going to be a bump into an own goal from Anzo. Frenchie gets bumped twice there, actually. See that initial bump from Spooky. And actually, I think Anzo did get to the ball before Frenchie did. Either way, it looked a bit awkward. And that'll be goal number 1 for Siena Heights. Bump there from Samus allows Bichette to take the space. Doesn't he have his teammates downfield? That's not a great touch off the backboard. If you are Spooky, Kai now out of position. Can LVC capitalize? Spooky does make up for it. Sends it across. Kai will be there to receive it from Anzo. LVC, though, poking it back away, trying to get scrappy on this Siena Heights side of the pitch here. Pass down to Frenchie, does get there just in time, as Frenchie can't really get the touch off the corner. So now have to let his teammates go for this one. And LVC are doing a really good job, though, of keeping it in that Siena Heights half. It's just they need to start capitalizing off of the long time of possession they're realistically getting here. Kai, one man back. Spooky not going to get the bump, but he's going to at least force Samus out of position. Frenchie, though, is there. Bichette now can lob this off the wall to Samus, actually to himself, down to Frenchie. What a set of passes there. That's exactly what you want to see out of the Dutchman. 1-1 scoreline. Great pass there from Bichette. Even gets a demo to go with it. Sends it straight to the front of Frenchie's car, and that will be a goal. Rolls right into that bottom left corner. Doesn't get much better than that. Now Bichette's looking for maybe another solo. Actually, Frenchie dives in. Now one-on-one for Samus, and Kai gets, I don't even know if he got a reset there, but either way, Samus will take the W there in the 1v1. Spooky tries to take a quick shot, give his team some time to get back, and he does. But Spooky going to get bumped. Frenchie can't quite turn the corner fast enough to get to the ball, but he's off the ceiling trying to make a play. Now down to Samus once again. Anzo is trying to chase. Does Samus get there in time? He does. Kai just not fast enough with that dribble. And it's going to be another 1v1 for Samus, at least on the defensive side. And again, just both teams have been playing really well defensively. There's a reason there's only been 3 total goals scored in this series, actually 4, because LVC did have a garbage time score in the last game. But now here comes Spooky, looking to dribble it around, ends up having to pass it, and Anzo will take it, put it in the back of the LVC net, and now the scoring is starting to open on up. I thought Spooky was for certain going for a shot, but he definitely put it way too far ahead of himself for that. So he'll just opt to hand it off to Anzo, and Anzo will finish the job. Good demo from Frenchie. The awareness was there, and the bumps now continuing to come in, but Spooky just barely making the time up. But Frenchie coming in again for a second round of bumping. Now LVC trying to capitalize on the pacing shot, just barely off the crossbar. Samus could have had a ringer there, but ultimately it will fly away. Another demo, but the pass is mid. And not in the term of, it was not a great pass, in the term of it was sitting right in the center of the damn field. 30 seconds left. Lebanon Valley still down by 1. Frenchie trying to lead block here, but Bichette's now has to take action on the ball. Does just that. Spooky coming through. Doesn't really have anything there. They have to work through the rest of the team, but all they really need to do here is stall for time. Lebanon Valley still need one, and that would simply just send it to overtime. But they do have an opportunity. Frenchie has an opportunity, and it's continuing to bounce around, but somehow Siena Heights, at the very last second, in the tightest of margins, will not have to go to OT. I'm really not sure how that even happened, but Siena Heights will take a 2-1 victory in Game 2. We have a series on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. In the demos category, by the way, Siena Heights did not have a single demo last game. 5 in total from LVC. So a lot of a change there for Siena Heights, especially because we saw Kai with 4 by himself in game number 1. 5 will once again be put on the clock. Demo onto Kai. Now Sam's looking to take advantage. Spooky does get a very solid defensive touch off the backboard, off the ceiling. Kai, though, with 0 boost, can't make much out of that touch. And now LVC with a big touch. Big one out past midfield. Both teams just playing that boomer ball style right now. Can they make anything out of it, though? That pass gets a bit scary from Samus. Almost lands right into the front of Kai. Frenchie with a good read. Doesn't have boost, so he just has to back away. Just trying to play Spooky like a fiddle here. May have just done that to Bichettes too. Samus, though, getting a good fake. Spooky accidentally diving into that ball. I say accidentally, it may have been intentional. Samus off the side wall. Has it off the backboard. No one there to receive the pass, though. Kai now the one carrying it out. Zonix not going to get anything out of that. Kai with a demo. Samus, though, again sitting at the face of the net, ready to make a play. Frenchie waiting for the touch from Spooky. Now has to pedal backwards here. Bichettes can't get there in time. That's a really weird pinch, but it will work out for Spooky. Another demo from Lebanon Valley, I think there. That or Spooky got a demo. Bichettes now off the pass from Samus. Off the rebound. Samus tries to pinch it in, and somehow the ball just refusing to go into the back of the Siena Heights net. There have been so many opportunities. Samus whiffs on the touch. Cannot get that one out to Frenchie, but he'll somehow still take it up on his own. And again, LVC not able to capitalize on any of their possessions here. They are struggling to find anything since game number 1. Frenchie just trying to dribble it around, be a nuisance. Azonix getting bumped out of the way. As Bichettes almost had an opportunity, but again, Azonix is there. Pass out mid, does it get red? It does. Spooky, now Kai up with Samus, but Spooky actually just puts it to the corner, tries to put the shot on target, but 0 boost. It makes it much, much tougher. At least gets a bump onto Bichettes. Tries to pass it mid, but now that's going straight back to his own net. Samus with a rocket of a shot. I don't know how that one flies in. You can see Frenchie taking the glasses off on that one. I don't know how that's just gone in. Assist will fly in from Bichettes, and it looks like Spooky just didn't turn in time, and that will be an LVC goal. It threw me off a lot there. But LVC will equalize. 2:20 left in game 3. Pivotal game 3 especially. No one wants to start their season with a loss. Well, typically no one wants to ever lose if you want to be obvious about it. Demo from Bichettes. That's a very strong one too. And that actually gets straight down to Kai. It looked like almost a pass to one of the LVC players. It was so close to, I think it was Bichettes there. As Spooky dribbling it around, but no one home again for Siena Heights. Just feels that they haven't been quite on the same page offensively here. Frenchie now downfield. Doesn't have anyone to bump on the goal line, but Bichettes can get a pass into the midfield. No one home. LVC will have to go through a different lane. But they are ramping up the pressure. They are still making their presence known. Bichettes tries to dive on that one, but it'll be Kai getting the save. And that's going to be a whiff from Azonix. And now Frenchie at least getting a 50 there. That could have been a much worse situation for Lebanon Valley as Bichettes. Should he could he get around to this? It looks like he panics. Not panics, probably not the right word. Just goes a bit too fast to that direction of the ball. Siena's trying to play the touch of Kai, but has Spooky in front. Spooky not going to get anything done there. Bichette's, though, pass down to Frenchie. Can they get the shot off on target? Samus tries to rebound off the backboard, but it will be Frenchie off the waterfall. 2-0 once again. Game number 1 ended 2-0. Now LVC looking to do that here in game number 3. And that is just too much pressure. You're seeing the high pacing of Lebanon Valley. Kai's been doing a great job of keeping up with these LVC players, but on the other side, you can see Spooky, I feel, especially struggling a little bit to keep up with how fast Lebanon Valley has been, and now LVC are starting to pile it on 3-0. Bichette's going to get that goal. Samus going to get the credit for the assist. Now rotation from Spooky just a bit too slow, and Azonix doesn't get to the ball in the corner. And this is where the LVC team gets scary. They can start just continuing to pile on goals, and almost had another phenomenal pass and shot there. Bichette's, though, just a bit off target, as that one just lightly tapped in by Azonix. Finally, Siena Heights getting it back. They still could have a chance here. They score fast enough. That goal didn't take insanely long, so there is still a chance, but a very small one at that. 3-1. LVC, though, looking to put themselves onto series point. Demo doesn't get through. Azonix back touch. Kai, though, does recognize and does turn. Bichette's landing on the wall there. Actually bumps Frenchie away, but you're going to need to see a goal going for Siena Heights here within the next literally 2 seconds, and that is just not going to happen. Lebanon Valley will take game number 3, regardless if a goal goes into the back of their net or not, which will not happen. And apologies, I didn't mean to transition there, and I accidentally did. But either way, Lebanon Valley now up 2-1 in the series. 3-1 scoreline there in game 3. A solid showing. As you can see, 5 demos in from Bichette. He has been all over the pitch today. Samus also 6 shots on target, and only one of them turning into a goal. 2 saves to his name, and even got 2 assists on the other 2. 100% goal account. I don't know what the stats call it. I'm sorry, I'm not a soccer person. But 100% of whatever accounting for goals. He had 2 assists. They had 3 goals. The other goal was his. So take that for what it is. He's making his presence known. And here he goes again. Looking to make a play. Just looking for a demo probably there after it floats over his head. Now has an opportunity. Demo on the goal line. Samus, though, does get bumped by Crazy Kai. Just needs to beat Spooky. Actually needs to beat Kai now. LVC in such a good position, but they don't end up making anything out of it. Kai. It's going to be off the right back side of the backboard. Now Azonix has a chance off the pass from Spooky. Good pass there, just doesn't get down fast enough. Shetz can't meet the ball from Frenchie, so now Samus has to redirect it away and does just that. Azonix, Spooky, who's there for the next touch. It's going to be Kai. Demo comes in onto Samus, but Frenchie is the one with the ball. So now we'll have to go down to Bichette's here. LVC handling that pressure well. And that's something they've done all year. Samus actually takes the shot. Has the good placement there into the top right corner, but it does just barely get saved by Siena Heights. Off the corner once again, though. We've seen a few of those passes come through. Shot almost ends up in a goal, but Kai again for an incredible save. And look at this, Bichette's now has both his teammates around him, has the solo as well, fakes the reset, and Bichette's will capitalize. To be clear, I don't know if that was actually a fake, but I'm going to say it was a fake because it definitely looked like one, as it is a 1-0 game. 3.5 left. If LVC can manage to hold on, they will take the series. They will head to 2-0 in the division, which I didn't get a chance to mention this, but Kennesaw State did drop out before the season started, so every team is technically 1-0 in this division, outside of Kennesaw State, of course. And the winner of this will technically go to 2-0, but in reality, it's more like 1-0 because you didn't even play a game. LVC, again, alleviating the pressure. They have been doing a great job defensively. They've only allowed 3 goals in this series, and they're looking to leave it at that number. But Azonix has something to say about it. Does Azonix get back in time? No. Bichettes will try to send it away, but it'll be Samus putting it to the corner. Frenchie did a great job there, by the way. I didn't get to mention it. As the bump comes into Samus now, Bichettes has to go for the save and gets it. Very light shot to that bottom right corner, just trying to play the aggression of Bichettes there on the rotation, but he was very wise to it. Also recognized he had Frenchie in front of him, so anything would have went in front of his car, he would have had it. And look at that passing play once again. The awareness of this Lebanon Valley team is incredible. As Kai sends it right out to Bichettes. Frenchie gonna receive the easiest pass of his life, simply has to hold R2, or I believe that's L or RT if you are on Xbox. Bichettes now looking for the solo once more. Isn't there. Kai has the dribble and has the open space, but can't capitalize off of it. Just not quite there. Did get a bump for him, though, too. It'll have to be Azonix to put that one into the back of the LVC net. Spooky gets a really weird touch. Samus also ends up putting it off his own backboard, so Azonix has to capitalize with now 2:09 remaining. LVC holding a singular goal lead. Still looking to close out the series here. Kai sends it out mid. Demo goes on to Spooky. Azonix may be the last man back. Spooky does spawn up in time. As LVC need to start taking advantage of this midfield. Been seeing a lot of really big touches from the side of Siena Heights, especially towards the middle of the pitch. And LVC, I feel, have had some opportunities to really just continue to poke that ball away. Take advantage of these really open touches that Siena Heights are making, and that may just be one of them. Samus double doesn't get it, though. Bichettes tries a light touch. Kai gets back, so LVC again not able to capitalize off of the mistakes of Siena Heights. Just low-key, kind of making it a bit harder on themselves to win here. Kai does get the reset, I think, but doesn't end up using it. Demo from Frenchie now leaves it down to Spooky. Azonix trying to make their way back, but now they're the last player on defense. The flick goes over top, but LVC cannot make anything of it. 50 on the clock now. Here comes Frenchie to contest Kai. And Azonix looks for the shot, or just a redirect of some form. Can't get there. Maybe desperation time now if you are Siena Heights. Whiff there from Kai. Not what you want to see. Azonix, though, still on the ball. Has no boost. No one from the side of Siena Heights really has any form of boost. Kai finally having some, but those small pads are only going to help you out so very much. So little. But again, LVC now have to go to defensive mode. Just need to hold out for 20 more seconds. But Bichettes not getting a touch there. Azonix gets 50. Can Siena Heights make a play? Kai tries to send it away. Azonix not there. Just 10 seconds on the clock. LVC looking like they should be able to take this series, as now that one floating right towards the Siena Heights net. Can't put another one through, but Siena Heights at least on the attack, and LVC will let that one touch the ground. They will take your series 3-1. They will go to 2-0 on the season, but realistically 1-0 considering they only played one game. Phenomenal series there from both sides, and as I expected, that was a relatively close series. As Frenchie had said to me before the series, or actually earlier today, in these exact words, should be competitive is the division, that this NACE division. So if you take any of the words from that, then you can certainly see where that came from. Also, real quick, shot category, 10-11 total from LVC, and also 7 demos to go with it. Great work there out of the team. But LVC will now head to 2-0. We'll see Siena Heights drop to 1-1 on the season. And that will do it for this week, I believe, for Rocket League, I would assume, because unless the NECC schedule gets announced a bit earlier. I talked with them. They do need to reschedule their match on Friday. They literally cannot play on Friday, so they likely will not end up playing a second match this week. So it's probably actually going to do it for us for the entire week of all of our matches. Rainbow Six does not start until next week. Their first week of NECC got delayed, essentially, for their division. NECC simply just told them, you're not playing this week anymore, so they will start next week on Tuesday. Rocket League will get back in action on Monday. On Monday in their next NACE matchup, where they will take on, I believe, Oklahoma Christian B, and that is exactly who it is. That is February 12th, by the way, next Monday. So a week from today, they'll take on Oklahoma Christian B in their technically second match of the NACE season. That will be at 7 p.m. as it is currently scheduled. But if anything gets rescheduled to earlier in terms of this week, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at LVC_esports on both of those platforms to see when our matches are. If matches get rescheduled, we'll post there. Check at least every day at noon to make sure nothing new has been posted. That is when we post our match times every single day that we have matches. We'll post at noon, so be sure to follow us over there. Also, go subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/@LVC Esports. If you go over there, you'll see the weekly podcast that we are doing. We are bringing in different players from all of our teams. I say all, we have 2 teams right now, so we are bringing in different players from our 2 teams, Rainbow Six and Rocket League. Also, I even brought in last week, or this past week, I brought in our former Overwatch captain and former Valorant player, B-Dog. So be sure to go subscribe over there as well to see the more content we'll be putting out. We'll also start putting out clips to add to our content, especially with the significantly less amount of streams. That's going to do it for us tonight, though. Thank you guys all for watching. We will catch you guys back here probably next week when LVC Rocket League takes on Oklahoma Christian B, as Sam was waving by there. If I could point the right direction, that will do it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys here next week with LVC Rocket League taking on Oklahoma Christian B. We'll see you then.